Hello everyone, Obi-Wan here and welcome back to Anno 1800. In today's episode I will show you something special that I discovered in between episodes while I was trying to figure out how we can distribute all the goods that we are producing in the new world equally among our 3 islands. So the issue in the new world is that we do not have access to the commuter pier, therefore we have to have all 2 resident tiers on all islands, which means we have to distribute all the goods that are produced in the new world to all of the islands. And as you can see at the moment, we only are able to do this with rum. So rum is distributed, and this island also has tacos, but the bowler hats are not everywhere, and I think some of the islands even do not have, what is it called? They do not have coffee, for example. So yeah, equal distribution of all the goods in the new world is challenging because not everything is suitable for each island to grow on, and so you will always have something that's short. So there's also no coffee and bowler hats. And the solution to this is either you need a lot of trade routes. So as you can see, we currently only distribute rum from one island to the other, or from Macedonia to Cruzamita, and rum from I forgot the name.
We're always looking to those we can trust.
Yes, we can do this. But we do not distribute all the rest. And if you want to distribute all the goods equally between all of those islands, you need a ton of trade routes and have to fiddle around with the ratios. For example, as you can see, we have on this island, rum storage is basically full because the distance is very short. And over here, rum is now at 54, but that's because I manually transported it via cargo ship, and it is now, so this cargo for rum is almost empty. So the solution to that is actually pretty simple. So what you do is you create a trade route that goes to all 3 of the islands, and then what we are going to do is we will choose all of the cargo
careless disposition may bring negative chi
that is produced in the new world. So this is rum, we have tortillas, we have coffee, and we have bowler hats. We will also have sewing machines and beer potentially. That's also going to be added to this trade route. And now we are going to unload it at the next island, and what we then are going to do is we will take it all back and unload it over here. We will also unload right there, and this might look stupid on the first glance, but trust me, it works. So it should look like that. You load and you unload on each island each of the goods that you need. Now you need to assign a fast ship. So I think it should at least be a clipper, maybe even 2. We are going to use the steam cargo ships for that. And we will start with just 1 and see what happens. Next thing, before you do anything else, you should go to the trading post and select or set the minimum stock to something above 0. So because we only need to distribute to 2 islands and we produce on 1 island, I will set it to 25 each. This is just a starting point. You can set it to other values depending on the needs or how fast things are consumed. So let's see, we have rum, coffee, bowler hats, and tortillas, those 4. So now what we're going to do is we will do this on the next island as well. Because the rum is already at 25. Do the same for coffee. And we will do the same for bowler hats. And for tortillas. That's it. And now, final thing over here. No idea why this is at 50 right here. Also coffee to 25. bowler hats to 25. And tortillas to 25. So, like that. Just as I thought about it, I think it makes sense to not set the production limit for the island where the goods are produced. So, for example, on Cruiser Meter, which should be right here, we do not need to set the minimum stock for bowler hats because they are produced there anyways, so there's no need to keep a minimum stock. Right, over here it should be rum, so rum is being produced like crazy, so no need to set it for rum. And let's see, on Macedonia, what else are we producing? We produce the tacos. So we produce the tortilla. Oh, we produce tortillas on multiple islands. Really? Yeah, on Macedonia, Donia, and Eurasia. Okay, but that's fine. So that means that Macedonia does not need a minimum stock for tortillas. And the same for Eurasia. And Eurasia also does not need a minimum stock for coffee. So we will set it up like that. And now what will happen? Let's see, this is the trade route. And we definitely need to give it a different name. So we are going to name this the Wellerman. I assign this to the new world. Accept. Okay, and now we need to follow the ship. So what's going to happen is the cargo ship will go from one island to another and always tries to unload its entire cargo to the trading post as instructed. And after that, it's going to try and take with it all the goods except for the minimum stock. So that means that the cargo ship will always leave the trading post with the minimum stock of all of the 4 goods being left in the trading post. And as long as one round trip of the cargo ship is shorter than the or if the cargo ship can distribute the goods faster than they are being consumed, that means that over time the cargo of the ship will fill up, as you can see here with 50, and all of the islands will have their goods as they need. If you run low on one of the goods on an island because the consumption is too big, you either need to increase the minimum stock or you need to use more ships. But what you do not do is balance things because of distance and have multiple trading routes. This will all work with just one trading route. The only thing that's required is that the total consumption of all the islands or all the islands that do not produce a good does not exceed the maximum cargo capacity of the ship. Does it make sense? So in the time that the cargo ship needs for one round trip, you need to consume less than 50 of one good on all the islands combined for this to work. Otherwise, the ship will just not be able to keep up with the distribution. And that way, well, you have a pretty simple trade route. Actually, it's just one. What we can now do is, in the new world, we can delete all of those. We do no longer need it. We can remove all of those trade routes, and this will distribute all of those goods equally among all 3 of our islands. In theory, this should work for multiple islands, and if you have a good with a very, very high consumption, so for example, let's take a look. If we use all of those, rum consumption is 5, coffee is just 1, bowler heads is 3, and tortillas is also 3. So maybe it makes sense to have 2 slots of rum compared to the 1 slot that we need for coffee. So that's something that you can adjust, of course. So maybe that makes sense. Let's do this. We will go here and we will just add another slot of rum, just like that. So now this should work a lot better, and all the rest should be fine, I think. We should now also increase the minimum capacity for rum. So let's actually set it to 50. So as a rule of thumb, you should make sure that the total minimum stock of all your islands does not go beyond the capacity of your cargo ship. That way it's distributed equally. If one island consumes more, you can then later adjust it once all the cargo or all the trading posts are filled up. But initially it should work like that. This means that every trading post will have all the goods available after 2 rounds. So it will need 1 round for the cargo ship to fill up its cargo with all the goods, and then 1 additional round trip to distribute it equally among all the trading posts, and after that it just has to compensate for the production during 1 round trip. And it will also always have something left right here. You can ignore the warnings of the trade routes for the initial few rounds, and after the system has adjusted itself, you can take a look at the trade route warning, and if at some point it is not able to load, then your production is too low. But we will follow this ship for 1 round trip and see how things turn out. Also, back to some Let's Play stuff.
Stocks and shares.
Let's try to buy more of the shares. And also... Okay, we have expedition to go. Okay, so in the meantime... Let's just speed up the game. I think with all the trading setup
Want to go places, do
that
you?
we did before, we should be good to just follow the ship around and don't have to worry about too much stuff. So in between episodes I tried this system with just rum and it worked. I also added some cargo ships to the production chain and started 1 archaeological expedition, so not much happened. Okay, so now let's see. The ship arrives, and
untold perils await us.
As you can see now, it is completely filled up with goods, and you can see here that there's 24 coffee, as expected. It is more than 50 rum, of course, and also more tortillas than needed. But that's because it has not been distributed at the moment.
New orders.
It's also full with hats. Yeah, that's perfect. So let's take a look at. We can do this with crafting.
I'm not sure you'll be one to get your mitts dirty.
Bonus success chance. Okay, we made it. Perfect. You can just continue without exploration. That's fine. Okay, so let's speed up the game.
Ship constructed.
Yeah, as I said, construction ships or cargo ships are being constructed. Not sure what the ship is actually doing on the harbor, but it's fine. So yeah, now you can see it left the harbor with 25 coffee in the trading post and 25 coffee back in the cargo hold. So now let's see if we arrive right here. It will now unload the bowler hats, it will unload the coffee, and it will not take it back because we set the minimum stock
Hold the
for
crane.
this. Yeah, tortillas are... Yeah, but we are... Okay, this is one of the production islands here. So it filled its cargo
Stations.
to maximum because it needs to distribute to the islands that do not have any
Olio reporting in.
tortillas. So yeah, now we have rum, coffee, bowler hats, and tortillas all distributed on that one
I hope it stays
island.
like this.
Which means we will get more workforce. And yeah, the whole old new world is happy. I'm not really sure if we actually need this additional rum. If we do not need it, that would be great, because in that case we could distribute beer and the sewing machines as well by just bringing them to one of the islands and then adding them to
Olio reporting in.
to the Wellerman trade route. If this does not work, well, it doesn't really matter. We can just set up another one with all the goods that we need. And once we have all of the minimum stock set up, we can just add as many of those trade routes as we see fit, depending on the total consumption. And all the stocks should always be filled. Yeah, so let's see. I don't want to miss out the quest. We need to take a photo. That looks weird. Yep, just like that. You're welcome. And now
You
what we
have done
can
a beautiful
do...
thing this day.
Oh, we need to clear the cargo of that schooner. So we'll bring that to here. This one is already empty. We can bring that to here. I think we can also sell the frigate. Let's actually follow... Yeah, let's follow the Wellerman again. And also, we have 1 minute left before we can buy a new share. So I think the ship will take more time. Let's just wait here. Make sure we get it. It'll take lots of interest. It's also quite expensive. I have no idea how he will react. So I tried to boost my relation with him. As you guys mentioned in the comment section, because, well,
Lots of people buying them.
Yeah, he will not like what we are going to do. Okay, so now ship arrives, and let's see what happens. This should now be filled with bowler hat and rum. Yes, bowler hats to 25, rum to 50, and it grabbed all the coffee it could get, up to 50 again. And now it should be off to another route. So now the needs go up. Perfect. Okay, that was pretty good so far. Money is also look like it's balancing. So the coffee express must have reached the old world. And yeah, with this working, I think what I would like to do, just in case, so just to make sure that we do not lack any goods, I will just add another...
I'll have it back soon enough.
We will add another of those ships. Yeah, this cannot be unloaded. This is usually at the islands where the respective good is produced. So you don't need that. It's just easier to simply add it everywhere, then you will have those exclamation marks. It's not technically needed. It could not load because the story... Yeah, okay. That was on the first route. Okay, so I think this is working. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think about that method. If you knew that before, I had no idea that you could actually do things like that. If you could, well, and if someone else already presented it, I'm sorry. I have not seen it anywhere else. So let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed the video, I would be really happy
Things pursue us.
if you could if you leave a like on the video and maybe even subscribe to the channel if you like the content in general. Anyways, thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Goodbye.